Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday, June 14th. And it's been so hot for most of the country.
Sweltering hot.
Sweltering
Just
hot.
boiling. Yesterday, I was Googling the signs of a heat stroke because I was like, I just need to know. I need to know.
Yeah.
But also, that's like the hypochondriac of me to be like, I have to poop. Is that a heat stroke?
You're listening to the Realty Brothers podcast with Matthew Atwood
and Michael Atwood. There is so much changing in the marketplace on a daily basis, and real estate is clearly something that affects everyone.
So whether you're a seasoned industry expert or simply curious on the topic of housing, this is your one-stop shop for tips, tricks, insider knowledge, and encouragement for the entrepreneur in all of us.
So yeah, it's been so hot. I'm just going to jump right into my not sponsored for this week.
Okay.
And that is just any swimming pool. Just any of them.
Anybody's, whether you're welcome or not.
Right. Yeah. I think they just understand.
Cool. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Obviously our friends and agent and working on my house right now today, the Dykeman family, we appreciate their swimming pool, but also the Mankato Golf Club was there last night, enjoyed some poolside pizza and a nice cold dip when it was 100.
It's almost like fake. You know what I mean? When you see the 100, you're like, that's not real.
Yeah. My car legitimately said 106 yesterday, and I took a picture of it.
Yeah.
Ugh. So
that's
gross.
like our brother Brian, coaches track. He was saying they were having track meets, and I think heat is worse off of that like rubber asphalt that's radiating back up at them, and people were just quitting left and right because how do you do that? You have to expend every ounce of energy you have running, or whatever their sport is.
Right.
But when just the earth is taking all the energy, just existing at baseline is like, you deserve a medal.
Yeah. And my son has had 2 games this week, baseball games.
Yes.
And my wife was gone out of town. And so I sat through a couple, a practice and a game. And I'm just drenched. I'm just sweating like crazy. And I'm just sitting there. And I'm watching these poor kids out there. And I was like, but let them go home. Like, cut the game short even. Oh, no. We're going to do a whole hour and a half. And then I was gone for our Rochester opening, which we'll talk a little bit about here. But I was gone that night, and he had another game. So I was like, so honey, were you just dying? Were you, she's like, no, I went out and bought one of those big tents.
What's a big tent?
Like a big tent, like the big on poles, like the big,
just like the shaded,
right,
like white top kind of.
What? I didn't think of that. I just sat there.
Is it any better? I feel like even when I try to move to the shade, I'm like, I'm still dying.
Yeah, if the sun's not right on you, there's a noticeable temperature difference. I think
just like breathing in that like thick hot air is so hard. It feels like someone's obese cat is sitting on your chest, and you're just like, I can't get enough oxygen.
Yeah, now that I think about it, and the times I've had a obese cat sitting on my, that's it. The most accurate thing I can think of. So what's not sponsoring you this week?
Okay, I recently found Apple playlists. Like, they have their own playlists, but there's a whole new series that's just like pure blank. So there's pure meditation, pure focus, pure workout, pure country, pure whatever, right? That they've started doing. And so I've been using the pure workout one just because it's like gets you pumped up, and it's you don't have to think about it or whatever. And it's also not like, anytime I've tried to search like workout playlists or whatever, it's just like kind of weird or inappropriate. I don't want people like yelling profanities in my ear.
Right.
I'm like, I didn't ask for this. Anyway, but the pure meditation's been really good, and the pure focus has been blowing my mind. It's just like background music while you're trying to work. That's like not boring or like slow enough that you would, feel like super relaxed, that you're just like, it's got like a good forward momentum, either from like the strings of the guitar or something. And it's been so good. And because sometimes I like background noise, but I don't like it when I'm on the phone and other people can hear it and judge me on it. And I'm like, they probably won't hear it, first of all. But second of all, if they did, it's just like nice, like positive sounding sounds.
I just wrote that down.
Yeah, it's really good.
I've listened to some other playlists and stuff. I'm like, yeah, this is good. But I wasn't really thinking about the focus and the things like that. That'd be great.
The first time I did the focus one, it was like 9 a.m. and I was like, all right, crack the knuckles, let's do this. And I get to work, and I was the most productive I've ever been in my life. And then I kind of like blinked and I was like, it's 1:00. Did I have lunch? I need to do something
to eat.
It was so cool though. So anyway, check it out.
Nice.
Apple Music, they get me, I guess. Apple can sponsor all of our podcasts.
Honestly, it's ridiculous. If Apple was a swimming pool, actually, I just thought of a really great shape for our swimming pool. The Apple logo.
Yeah, but like if you had like the Apple pool and it would share your usage and activity with other Apple pool users, oh, Matt's pool is currently at 79 degrees and he has done 3 cannonballs. You know what I mean?
It was spooky yesterday. I was like, at first I just wanted to be in the water and just be like, and then I was like, I'm gonna swim. Like I'm gonna actually swim back and forth. And my watch was like, it looks like you're swimming. Do you want to start a workout? I was like, whoa, how do you know? I mean, other than the fact that it's in the water, that might tip it off.
Still,
yeah,
that's still amazing. The kind of like
type of stroke, apparently. I don't know.
Yeah, it's cool. They're cool. They get it.
They did it.
So I was just thinking about next week. You and I are going to be in Salt Lake City.
Right. Yeah. For the 2100 Club retreat.
How much fun.
I'm excited.
Are you excited? I've never been to Salt Lake. I don't think I've been to Utah, period.
I've driven through a corner of it, but I haven't been in it.
Yeah.
And you look at pictures online and stuff and it's just like, whoa, it looks amazing.
Are we in Salt Lake or are we in Park City?
We're just outside of Salt Lake. Yeah. Deer Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gosh, I know nothing about it other than the influencers I follow and happen to go there. And I'm like, oh, that looks so cool. But
yeah,
who would have thought Utah was cool?
Oh yeah.
It
Salt
seems
Lake
like it wouldn't
happening.
be cool.
For sure. I'm very much looking forward to this because first of all, they're not calling it the Leadership Summit. It's the 2100 Club retreat.
Yeah.
Retreat for a little while. That being said,
that's always been my issue. Dang it.
Yeah.
That's like I said before, when they do these business sessions with us in these grandeur places, why? If we don't get to go outside and I have to sit in a conference room and just be tube fed, valuable information, obviously it's great and I love it, but I'm mad at all the things I'm missing outside. So I hope that it is kind of retreaty. I know that we did get to schedule some wine and trolley.
Mines and wines.
Mines and wines.
Yes,
that's what it was.
We're going to go explore some mines, apparently, whilst drinking. It sounds very good.
Chippy mimes. And there's just guys on the trolley miming to you. I'll workshop that idea. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to write that down and put it over here. And then we have a big group dinner one night. So they must have rented out the entire giant restaurant or something because I don't think there's only a couple people going. Yeah. So super excited about it. And it's just amazing to get to kind of hang out with Such 21's leadership. I mean, we're not just talking our regional manager. We're talking the CEO, the CMO, the COO of the whole global
all the
company.
C's,
all the
O's.
All the O's. Yeah.
I'm super excited. So we leave on Monday. We come back on Thursday. Well, yeah. Are you coming back the same day as me?
Yeah.
Okay. So Thursday, that should be really fun. I'm excited to see what the weather is. I bought new shoes because I was like, I don't have Salt Lake shoes. I don't have like Utah shoes, you know?
Yeah. That's true. I don't really either. I have to discover what that is. I feel
I'm not going to wear boots, and I'm not going to wear like wing tips, and I'm not going to wear like, you need like a loafer.
I was going to say like a moccasin or what's the Toms? No, what is it?
Toms.
Yeah.
Toms. Yeah. You just need something that like, with your like dress pants cuffed up at your calves, and then you just need like a nice shoe.
You just Googled Utah people or Salt Lake people. Nice. Cool.
Well, actually, I went to a store in the Galleria and was like, look, I need Utah shoes. And the guy was like, I know exactly what you need.
My gosh.
He was a real character. So,
okay, that's extra. I was going to tell you a story and I'm like, but you're going to think I'm really extra on this. That is extra. Like you didn't just Amazon it. You went into the Galleria into the mall and Utah shoes, please. Stat. Put them on my feet.
Put them on me.
Okay. So
anyway, so what did you do that's extra?
I, booked the flights. Well, you booked the flights, but then we thought that my wife was going to come along. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like treat her good, and I'm gonna upgrade us to first class. And it wasn't that much. So did the upgrade for the flight there and the flight back, and really was not that much more. And so was like, this is just going to make the whole trip that much more special. Yeah. And then turned out she couldn't come. So we were also going to stay an extra day, right? So I'm like, obviously I don't have to change my flight there. You and I, will be there. I'll just wave back to you in coach because I'm keeping my. Did you upgrade too?
But no, I might though.
You should quickly. So I might just wave back to you. So I kept that for the flight out because it's the same flight. And then when I was on the phone call with Delta, actually, no, I wasn't on a phone call. You know what I did?
What?
We're bringing it back to Apple. They have Apple iMessage to Delta.
Okay.
Like,
that's kind of cool.
iMessage to Delta support. And it automatically like shows as a contact as Delta. And, it's the messages actually turn gray to show that it's a verified business. I was like, wow, like, ooh, this is pretty cool. So I got to just iMessage chat from my iPhone. It was super quick and easy. But anyway, I was like, I need to change the flight from Friday to Thursday so I can fly back with Michael because I'm not going to stay an extra day by myself. And so I gave her that flight and she goes, okay, there's no first class available on that flight though. And I was like, oh, is there a later flight? She's like, yep. Like 2 hours later, I was like, yeah, I'll do that one.
You are such a butt.
I mean, so anyway, I'll just hang out at the airport for a little while.
How long of a flight is it? I might be able to handle it. Like how far?
I think it's like 3 hours.
Is it 2 hours?
No.
How? Utah is not that far.
It's further than you think. It's further than you think.
It's like, okay, I don't need, I obviously like first class. I don't need first class. I don't need to be wined and dined and all these things. But I am also 6'4", and it's just painful to sit in those seats for so long. I'm like, I need to extend my legs so badly that it physically hurts me. So
I'll give you some of my, what is it called? Gabapentin. It helps with restless legs and just kind of
really
makes you a little like, yes, I have to take that because I absolutely go crazy on flights.
Yeah.
Like tingling down my legs and I like, I cannot stand it. So it kind of just rests your legs and calms them down.
Okay. I want that.
Yeah.
Here we are just sharing drugs.
Well, that's fun. What else should we talk about? Actually, I know what we should talk about.
What?
I have a new segment for us.
Yes.
This is
Should I cue the music?
Cue the music.
Okay, the new segment where you're going over. Or should I just hit it? I'll just hit it.
Just hit it. Welcome to the Matt and Michael Top 10 Headlines. Anyway,
should I record your voiceover doing that so you don't have to do
no, that wasn't
time?
a good one. I'm gonna do better sometime.
Okay.
Or maybe I should do it like British so it sounds a little bit more like official. Anyway, okay.
Yeah.
Top 10 headlines, and I'm not even gonna read the article. I'm just gonna read the headline, and these are all within the last week. And I'm just really excited to share with you and kind of just get your reaction. Okay.
Okay. I can't wait.
All right.
I don't know what these are, so it'll be a genuine reaction.
Number 1. Or should I count down? Should I start at 10? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Number 10. Petition urging Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa gains steam.
I love the internet. I love the internet so much.
It's growing. That's extra.
I love that.
Number 9.
Okay,
Virginia bear rescued after getting itself stuck in a factory ceiling. Can you imagine walking into work and being like,
there's a bear in the ceiling.
There's a bear up there? How did it get up there?
I want to know who was in charge of making bears so vicious, but so cute.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to have intelligent design, and I should not want to go pet the thing that's going to kill me. But I feel compelled.
Yeah.
It's like scary things look scary. Scorpions, I don't want to touch that. Crocodiles, probably not. Sharks, definitely no. A bear? What are those things in Australia? Like dingoes or whatever? Those are so cute.
Dingo?
Yeah, they look like a dog, but they're like vicious. They're like a wild, vicious.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean this good boy is going to kill me?
Right.
He's great.
Yeah.
Anyway,
koalas are pretty vicious too, apparently.
Why?
And I'm like, that's literally a teddy bear.
Yeah, that will kill you.
Anyway.
Okay,
right.
Next.
Okay, what am I on? Number 7? No, number 8.
Number 8.
Number 8. Alligator invades Florida post office.
Ooh. Okay.
That'd be fun.
Did you see the warning that there was a croc spotted on Mille Lacs Lake?
What? Oh, a freshwater croc, really?
There was a croc in Mille Lacs Lake, and they zoomed in, and there it was, the shoe. Get it? Croc shoes.
Ridiculous. I was like, how would a freshwater croc get all the way? Okay. You got me. Okay. Number 7. California man climbs inside farm equipment and gets trapped for 2 days. Can we just don't do that? I read
That's what you would expect from a Florida man, but not a Californian.
Not a Californian. Yeah. I read a thing that was like the current generation thinks it's so much smarter than the previous one. It was written by like a boomer. It was like our owner's manual for the car showed us how to change valves. Yours tells you not to drink the battery fluid.
Battery fluid. Yeah.
Yes.
I just saw that like 10 minutes before I came on this.
Really?
Actually. And I was like,
love that.
Well, I don't know why. We just are like a Tide Pod. I should
eat it. Yeah.
I mean, here we are laughing. We're going to eat the Mona Lisa. So come on.
All right. Number 6, Canadian gender reveal party sparks wildfire. Couple fined $500.
That's obscene.
Right. Number 5, McDonald's customer threatened to execute everyone when he couldn't get a Happy Meal. Like, obviously a little scary, but also like, why are we like this? Why are we like this?
This is amazing. People, I love those videos too. That's a whole rabbit hole you can go down and just see videos of people losing it on like cashiers and things.
Yeah.
And I don't know why it's so funny but it just is.
And some of them look like well together people,
Yes,
like show up in their Cadillac Escalade and have a nice, outfit on. And
They must just feel ridiculous because you know that they probably just had a terrible day. This is the last straw, and now they're on the internet,
Probably
throwing Happy Meals at the poor McDonald's worker.
I just can't even imagine. That's ridiculous. Okay, so you're gonna love this one. Number 5.
Okay.
No, did I do 5? Yeah, I did 5.
Mhm.
Number 4, the White House press corps flight. Right, they all get their own flight. The White House press corps flight to the UK was delayed for hours by cicadas. It's such a problem over there.
Yeah.
There's so many of them that they can't even fly an airplane.
Have you heard all this stuff about people eating cicadas now?
Oh man, just don't.
I think we talked about that in the car. Yeah. When we were doing our tour, people are eating cicadas, and now there's a new place. Shoot, I don't remember where it is, and they're freezing them, air frying them, and then coating them in chocolate. And everyone's like, "It's so good, it's nutty." But if you have a seafood allergy, you can't eat cicadas because their shell is apparently part of the crustacean family.
This is weird. People are just getting weirder every day.
Honestly. Okay, number 3.
Yeah. Okay. Number 3, Alabama man says he stole vehicle because God told him to do it.
And therefore he can't be prosecuted.
Exactly.
Freedom of religion.
That's right. I had to. So
God also tells me not to pay taxes. So sorry.
I feel like I'm getting that message too. Anyway, okay, number 2. This one's just because, Florida. Naked Florida woman trashes an Outback steakhouse and then confronts police officer. Here we are.
It just keeps getting worse.
One guy got mad because he couldn't get a Happy Meal. This lady stripped naked and trashed the Outback steakhouse. And it's so much funnier that it's an Outback. It is. I don't know why. It just is.
Okay. Beautiful.
That's funny.
Yes.
What was that? Number 2?
Number 2.
Okay. I don't know why this is such a thing. Wait, that was number 2?
Yeah.
Or am I on number 2?
No, that was number 2.
Oh. I must have missed.
I don't know. You have the list in front of you.
Number 2, I think, woman found naked in Florida storm drain is rescued again.
Again?
Yeah, this keeps happening. She keeps ending up naked in a Florida storm drain. Notice the theme here. That's number 3 on Florida.
And usually some kind of nudity.
Yeah. Yeah. Huh. And last but not least that I just went, what? I hadn't heard of this. This is interesting. Bodybuilder who wed 2 dolls, I'm skipping a word, is now open to dating humans. Good for him. Should I mention it's a Florida bodybuilder?
A Florida bodybuilder.
Who wed 2 dolls. Anyway.
Something else.
Isn't that interesting? Can you wed a doll?
Legally? No.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Spiritually, I guess. Depending on your religion.
So I'm going to post on our Facebook. I want you all to go and sign this petition for Jeff Bezos to buy and eat the Mona Lisa. Because that's...
Wait, I have another sound effect.
Oh, you learned your buttons.
Well, actually, I just learned today that all I have to do is open the program in my computer, which I've never done. I usually just hook up the board and then go. But if I open it, it's just an exact replica of the board with labels.
Wow.
So all
Good
this
on
time.
You. Here we are, episode 50.
Yeah.
40 something.
You know what? Never quit growing.
That's right. Did you hear about Jeff Bezos's $500 million yacht?
No.
$500 million.
Did it sink?
No. I'm just saying, that's how much it
he
costs.
Has one. He
bought one. Cruise ship costs $1 billion. So he basically, for himself, and it's apparently the length of 2 football fields.
Oh my God.
Can you imagine?
That's insane.
Meet me aft deck. Give me 25 minutes. I'll start walking now.
He's got to employ like a whole crew.
For real.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
It's just crazy. Yeah.
I get him and Elon Musk confused. I'm like, which one's going to Mars? Elon Musk.
No, that's Jeff Bezos. No.
Jeff Bezos is going to Mars?
No. Yeah. Elon Musk is doing the whole SpaceX thing to Mars. But recently, Jeff Bezos announced that he is going to get on board his space company, which is like Blue Sky or Blue. What is it? I don't remember. And he's going to go to space. He's going to be the first space tourist. So,
what a time to be alive,
right?
Let me tell you. There was a funny joke I wanted to tell you too. Shoot, what was it? I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me. I have something I wanted to talk about though. And it's on my phone, so forgive me. I'm looking at my phone. This is an interesting thing that just came out yesterday or 2 days ago. Airbnb announced that they're seeking candidates to live anywhere in the world for a year. So there's 12 people they're looking for that will do this. And they're going to front the bill. They're going to cover the place you're living. There's like a credit for food. There's transportation provided anywhere you need to go for that year. They just want you to be completely nomadic for a year and write about it, or like give your experience so that they can improve that sector of their business to people who want to live a nomadic lifestyle.
Wow.
Isn't that cool?
See you later, Michael.
Yeah. Part of me feels like I would love that. And part of me feels like I would hate that. I just love to be like, anytime I go anywhere, I'm like, I wish I was at home. I wish I had my bed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Same. I wonder if I could be like, I really want this Airbnb, and then I'll just Airbnb my house, and then they'll pay me to live in my house.
There you go. You always thinking clever. No,
yeah,
they want to ask that anybody who participates share their experiences to help inform future product upgrades and innovations on the platform to better accommodate nomadic living. Number of travelers that have expressed a desire to live somewhere other than where their employer is based has grown to 74%.
Wow.
So apparently they're just seeing this is going to be a big thing, and they want to make sure that they're ready to offer that. So the Live Anywhere program is apparently something that they're going to start doing, but they need the test people.
They need the test people. Yeah.
So if you're volunteering, actually a friend of mine, it was a couple of years ago now, sold everything that she owned, like car, belongings, left her apartment, whatever, and has been completely nomadic since then. It's just like, I'm going to go live in India for a while and just finds a job, and I'm going to go work in Italy, and I'm going to go work at just makes it work. And I think part of it is like, that's ridiculous. And part of it is like, if you have no strings,
it just sounds so terrifying to me. Like, I would love to travel, but I always need the security of income and good police force to protect me. Yeah.
Well, most of the jobs that she's gotten are like kind of touristy. Like they need people who are fluent in English, who can help with the tourist stuff. Like just lead the van, of people and explain to them what they're seeing and all that stuff. So.
But also, is it kind of like American privilege to be able to just be like, the world is my playground. I can go anywhere and get a job. I can go anywhere and right. And then people want to come here. We're like, show us your visa.
Who are you?
Meanwhile, a friend of mine is trying to get married, and he lives in, I'm going to screw that up now, somewhere else. And so they're trying to get, his visa so he can get here, and so they can get married. And but she can go to that country, no problem. Anyway,
where is he from? I'm going to pull it up.
I know.
Argentina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyway, it seems a little like, you can just go anywhere and do anything. But, there's like when I was in Egypt, They actually told us if a police officer tries to stop you, run back to the bus. Because there's a lot of imposter police, like a lot, and they can't control it apparently. And there's some just bad cops. Like it's quite a bit. So run back to the bus, and we have people who will protect you. Like, what? That's so scary. And when I was in Paris, there was a domestic issue in the room right next to mine. Lots of screaming and craziness. So the hotel finally, after an hour, called the cops. The cops stood at the bottom of the stairs, 3 flight down. So it had this open thing, like up 5 stories. They stood at the bottom and just shouted up to them.
They shot at him.
No.
I was like, my God.
Just like shouted like in French,
Yeah.
And I'm looking out my window, and there's obviously one cop just yelling from the lobby up to which adds to the noise in the middle of the night. And the other cop is in the alley outside my window, and I'm looking down. I think I was on the 3rd floor or something, and I'm looking down, and he's playing with a laser pointer, like literally playing with it, like putting it over here and then putting it over here. And I'm like, okay, cool. Yeah, this seems so safe here. So,
That's fun.
I just like to be places where it's safe.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I also wanted to share, I went to a movie in a movie theater this week.
Did you see The Quiet Place 2?
The Quiet Place Part 2.
Did you?
It was so good. Everybody was like, this is the movie you have to see in theaters because it's, so suspenseful and this immersive sound, and then complete silence is without like, oh, my refrigerator's making noise,
Right.
Wow. It was good. It was good.
It wasn't great. It was just good.
I don't like being scared. It was scary. I also have this thing where I firmly believe that all movies are about 8 to 10 minutes too short.
Okay.
Because they always just end. And I have questions.
I
always have questions.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they're always like, and then you can assume that they went back to work the next day and everything was fine. I want to see how these things played out. Like, how did we get from here to normal again? And it can be like a montage. I don't care. But it doesn't matter what movie I'm watching. I'm like, oh, that person did this. And then they like big triumph at the end. Whatever. Like, what was that movie? Gravity, right? With Anne Hathaway. And right?
Anne Hathaway was in that? I mean, Sandra Bullock was in it.
Wasn't she the main? Oh, shoot. Is it her?
I think it was Sandra Bullock. I don't think it was Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway was in like
Anne Hathaway
Princess
did do one
Diaries.
in space. So basically that was where I had left off, was saying like, how did she go back to work? How did they come and like rescue her? Did she just die on that island? Like, did they give her like a big severance package for having almost died so many times that she didn't have to work anymore?
Yeah, I wonder those things. The one that I feel could have been 5 to 10 minutes longer because I had so many questions was Titanic. It's like, well, now
it was
what?
Already 9 hours long.
Yeah, but like, now what? It's just at the bottom of the ocean and that's it. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, did you hear they built a replica of the Titanic?
Yeah. Bad idea.
Yeah, it's set to sail. It was either this year or next year. So that's kind of fun.
Literally, you shouldn't have done it. It sank the first time. You did it again.
Yeah.
Then I feel like just karma was still trying to be like, not a good idea. And they made sure that all cruises everywhere were canceled.
Right.
So that you couldn't set sail.
Yeah. Interesting.
Got to take a hint, bro.
I'm guessing it just looks very similar, but it's probably very modernized and safer.
Mm-hmm.
Not an identical replica.
Sure.
All right. So I was going to, do you have a motivation?
I do.
Yeah, cool. Mm-hmm. I was going to share 3 quick tips though. Okay.
For
crushing your sales plateau. So listen up, agents. If you feel like your sales have plateaued, here's how you're going to crush it. Number one, and I think this is probably the most underused of all agents across the entire United States.
Mm-hmm.
Create a system to track and measure your efforts, right?
Yes.
So create a spreadsheet, manage it, hold yourself accountable for the number of conversations and touch points that you need in order to grow. Set those goals and hold yourself accountable to them, right? I think a lot of agents kind of, I don't want to insult anybody, but they kind of just wait for the business to happen to them. And then when the business isn't happening to them, they go, what's going on? It's maybe my broker's fault, or it's the competition's fault, or whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
Any business that is set up to succeed, and when you're an independent contractor, it's your business, right? You're starting up your own business. It's you LLC. But anyway, it's any business that is being opened has to come up with some metrics. You have to have metrics, and see if your broker has some things too. Our brokerage has some things available to them through our Dash system, and also through our new transaction plan system.
Mm-hmm.
Agents can run their own reports and set goals for themselves and everything. And it's free to our agents. Number two, use your results to determine what techniques work best for you. Right. So as you're tracking things, you're going to start to understand what things work better. Right. I need to do that more often. It's kind of like playing golf. After a few practices, you're swinging over and over and over again, and you're like, it actually works better if I hold like this or whatever. Right. Apply your technique. This is number 3. Apply your technique and engage your sphere. So once you've figured out what that technique is, start reaching out to people who are in your sphere of influence. So friends and family and church members and just different people that you need to engage them. And people, I think, are always like, well, I don't want to just go after this sphere. I'll go after the others, right? Because I don't want to bother them. People feel the most guilty about it. And yet you ask sometimes, like your mom, be like, hey, just curious, are you considering selling your house? Oh no, but you know who is?
Yeah.
Right. And mom would have not even thought about that unless you talked about it. So anyway, have to engage your sphere. So three quick tips.
Quick
ticks.
Cool. Good. I love that. Okay. I wanted to end with Theo's really trying to make a guest appearance here. He keeps on climbing up. Chill out.
Hey.
A couple times he looked right at the camera and he was like, boo. Some dogs are cute and my dog is just like dopey.
Hey, have you seen that video online where
behind the ice
people take their dachshunds and they slowly put them toward the wall? And it's like, if your dogs put up their paws and stop themselves, then you have a smart dog. And like most of them were like, when it was getting close to the wall, it would put its paws up against the wall. And then they were like, then one dog was just like, well, like, no care. I don't care. So anyway, you should try that with your dogs.
That's what he would do. He would just let me smush his face into the wall.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Some interesting motivation for today.
All right.
And maybe a little different from like our normal vein of motivation, but still really, really helpful.
All
so
right.
This was by Catherine Ponder, who said, the body feeds on man's words. Where those words are life-giving, they are health-producing.
What a great last name she has.
Ponder. Yeah. So anyway, just like the impact of self-talk. And I think everybody's guilty of having negative self-talk and kind of putting out that energy. And of course, then when the negative comes back to you, it's cyclical. It refeeds itself. And you're like, of course it happened to me. It always would. Well, of course this had to fall apart, or of course this had to go this way. Positivity goes such a long way. And especially the way that you regard yourself, your business, your relationships with others. There's just really like, I think I might have mentioned this before. I have scheduled reminders throughout the day. Sorry, the mailman's here and Theo's trying to see him. What is that? I have scheduled reminders that come on throughout the day that just are like, hey, say something kind to yourself. Hey, say something positive. Hey, find something that you can be grateful for. Hey, forgive someone else for something that frustrated you today. Like just whatever you can have that little interjection of positivity and shift your mindset. It's amazing how much more apt you are to seeing those things elsewhere, you know?
Right.
It's like when you're thinking about the yellow BMW, all you're going to see is yellow BMWs all the time. So,
it's true. And you know, I think we've kind of talked about this before where you actually have the power to change your day. If I wake up and I'm feeling tired and I think to myself, I'm really tired, and I just keep thinking that, I'm going to be tired all day long and probably crabby. If I wake up and I'm feeling tired, but I go, nope, I'm going to crush today. I'm going to crush it. It's like my brain changes how I feel, and I feel energized, and I'm up and I'm like working on stuff, and you know, and it totally changes my entire day, and I don't even remember that I was tired. So yeah, absolutely. Say that one again. Do it.
All right. The body feeds on man's words. Where those words are life-giving, they are health-producing.
Yeah. I love it. So good.
All right.
So good.
Okay. And so obviously speak to yourself kindly, speak positively, speak basically what you want to come into existence. Listen to some pure meditation and pure focus playlists while you're at it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And be sure to join us next week as we share all the great adventures of our Salt Lake, Utah trip. And maybe Michael will show his Utah shoes on video here. And
my ankles are going to get so tan.
Wonderful. Well, thanks so much, everybody. Make it a great week. Be sure to check us out on all of the, podcasting platforms and all the social media platforms. We would love to hear from you. Make it a great week, and we'll see you next week.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Realty Brothers podcast. If you liked this episode, please help support us by subscribing to the Realty Brothers on your favorite podcasting app. And, of course, your 5-star reviews are always greatly appreciated.
Be sure to also check us out on Facebook and on Instagram as The Realty Bros, and at our website, therealtybros.com.
And we would love for you to join the conversation. Send us a message at the link in the description below, message us on your favorite social media platform, or shoot us an email, contact@therealtybros.com.